Hey guys, Virtuous Sean here, and I'm going to be doing a deck profile for my Gagagas. I hope this video helps people out if they want to make this deck. I'm also going to be talking about some combos you can do with the cards I have in my deck profile right now. I hope you enjoy, and let's begin. I run both Black Luster Soldier and Chaos Luster because you run a lot of light and dark monsters in this deck. They're also really great game-changing cards. I run 2 Cyber Dragons because you can do some really cool XYZ summons with them, or you can just get a powerful monster out if you don't have anything else to throw at your opponent. You're gonna want to max out Magician because of his effect. He's able to declare a level from 1 to 8, and say you get Cyber Dragon out by special summon. Normal 7 Magician declares level 5, you get a rank 5 XYZ summon like that. Fair warning, you can only have 1 Magician out on the field, you cannot have 2. I learned that the hard way, but yeah. His effect is what's going to make this deck flexible, and you're going to be able to have a lot of options in this deck. I run 2 Mystic Tomato because he helps get your Gaga out. He also helps set up combos. I run 2 Gardenas because say you win the rock paper scissors and you choose to go second or you choose to go first. You just put traps down and you just want to see what your opponent's running or what your opponent's doing. So you have them in your hand, and if your opponent attacks you, you can special summon from your hand in defense. And say if they don't got a monster, or say they have a monster that's over 2,000, you can use his other effect to discard 1 card from your hand, and he doesn't get destroyed by battle. And you can keep using that effect until you don't have any cards in your hand anymore. And that can also open up like a lot of good combos, and I'll get into that when I get to my spells. You want to run some Star Drawings because say you special summon Cyber Dragon and you normal summon Star Drawing. This card is a level 4, but you can, when you XYZ summon, you can make it level 5, so you can use these 2 for materials. And then whenever you do that summon, you draw a card. So it gives you draw power. So if you can manage to get these 2 cards out, you get 2 cards in the end. Pretty sweet. You want to run at least 2 girls? You can have 3, but I just run 2. She's really good because, say you want to be a level 8 with Magician. You normal summon, special summon, or whatever girl out on the field. She can copy Magician to become level 8 herself, and you can XYZ summon that way. And a really cool thing about her other effect is when she is used for material for an XYZ summon, you can target one of your opponent's special summon monsters and make it 0 till it is destroyed. I run 2, well you can only run 2 Tour Guides because she opens up for an offense or defense XYZ monster. I'll get to that when I get to my extra deck. I run 2 Kids because she has a really good effect, but there's a downside to that. Say you got like a level, you declare him level 6, you normal summon him. You can special summon Kid from your hand and it copies like any Gagaga monster, but I just like to copy Magicians. But the only downside of this is you can't attack the turn you activate Kid's effect. So it's good, but it's not good. And I just run 1 effect Fowler because nowadays like some effects really hurt you and you can just stop it. Okay. You want to run 3 Revenges because this opens up combos for you. I'm just going to say one scenario right now. say you use Gardener's effect so it's not destroyed. You either dump Girl or Magician. You have both of these in your hand. You dump, I'm just gonna say you dump Girl, and then your next turn you're gonna summon Magician, and you're gonna use Revenge to bring back Girl. You do their effects, and then right whenever their XYZ summon, that monster that was summoned gains 300 attack points. I know, it's pretty cool. And you still get to make somebody 0. That's what's awesome. Another scenario is, say Magician is in the graveyard and you have Girl. You can summon Girl, use your Revenge to give Magician, and same thing. It just opens up some really cool combos. I just run one duality just to help me out, but I don't really like using it that much because with this deck I use a lot of special summons and it kinda hurts me if I use it effectively. Run 2 Mystical Space. It's just a really good card to pop one of their set traps at their end phase. I use 1 Mind Control so I can get one of their monster, and if I have Magician, I can just copy my opponent's monster and do an XYZ summon that way. I use a Monster Reborn in case I really need to bring back any monster. I also use it for XYZ summon sometimes. Darko, we all know what Darko is used for. I use Burial from the different dimensions because if my Gagaga monsters are banished, I can use this card to put in the graveyard, and I can combo that with Revenge or Monster Reborn. So it still opens up, it still gives me hope whenever they get banished. I use 1 Avarice for draw power basically, and to get some of my monsters into my deck. Heavy Storm to get rid of their spells and traps. Foolish Burial, I do this, so say I have Magician in my hand, and I need Girl. I'll just use Foolish Burial to get her in the graveyard, and then if I have a Revenge, I'll activate that and get these 2 cards on the field. 2 Mirror Forces to protect me. Bottomless Traps to stop them when banished. Solemn Warning. I like this card more than Judgment, basically because you don't waste so many life points. So I usually don't. That's why I have them sided. I don't like using this card. And 2 Prisons so I can banish some monsters. Okay, now on to the extra deck. I hardly use this card because I have like a lot of different effects that I love. But he's really good. Say if you want to destroy a lot of cards on your opponent's field. So if you like doing that, he's a really good choice. Big Eye is... Everybody knows Big Eye is really good. That's why I think it's $100 right now. But if they got like a more powerful monster than you can just steal it. I use him whenever I use either one of these cards effect. Whenever I run out, I'll just summon him. And I used all their materials. I love Proton. He just... The next 2 next cards I'm about to show you are just to lock down your opponent. Say you're going against a burn deck who uses effect monsters, detach it, stop it, and you inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. This is a sweet card. I love the way this card looks. This is probably my favorite XYZ monster ever. She has a pretty cool effect too. Just say if somebody has like a Blue Eyes and you want that power, you can just get rid of one of the materials, steal that Blue Eyes from the graveyard. Or you can gain control of a monster for until the end phase, but I think the second effect is the best. I love this card. Once you get this out, your opponent is screwed until it's destroyed, basically. Because say they want to activate Monster Reborn to try to get your Black Lesser Soldier. You just get rid of a material and you're like, nope, gone. And if somebody has like Mirror Force and tries to kill all your monsters, nope, gone. It's a great card. This is another one of my favorites, because say you're going against a burn deck that has one of those face-up cards that just keep building over time, that's going to hurt you like in the long run, or just a indestructible defense card. You get this card out, you just get rid of a material, and boom, that face-up card is destroyed. It works for monsters and spell cards and trap cards. This card I'm mad about. It's really good. If I thought this card would help me if the card was lower, but the attack has to be higher than this card to be able to do anything. Say that card is 3000 and you activate this effect. You inflict the damage that of the card's different, and this card gains equal to that. So basically, say it's 3000 damage, you activate it, you do 600 damage to your opponent, and this card gains 600, so it becomes 3000. It's a mad card. I'd rather run this. I might just put 2 of these in. I just love this card. I mean, it's fitting for this deck, but he has some pretty cool effects and it's very underrated. Because if he's in defense, you get rid of a material and that's 800 damage done to your opponent. If he's in attack during the damage stage, this card is activated, you gain 1000 and the monster loses 500, so it's pretty beastly. I don't really use this card that much. I just have it just in case. Just so, like, say somebody has Utopia, I'll just get this card out, use her effect, and make Utopia go in defense mode. So then I can attack, maybe destroy Utopia. Same goes for this card. I don't really use it that much, but it is really good. Somebody's like using Spirit Reaper or something like that. Use the effect, make it go in attack mode, and since it's Spirit Reaper, it's going to be 0, and then you can do some massive damage. Utopia is amazing because it's a stall, but he also has power. Now I was saying for Tour Guide, these 2 cards are really good to have if you're using Tour Guide, because you can either have Wind Up, which is basically your stall and defense method, or you can use number 17, which is your attack method. Basically, if you don't know what Wind Up does, if something's going to destroy this card, you can detach one of the materials, and if it doesn't keep getting attacked at the end phase, you're going to be able to choose any card on the field to destroy. Number 17 is basically, you can, once per turn, you can discard 1 card or detach 1 material and it gains 500. But the only downside to this, say you have him for 2 turns and you use both his effects and it becomes 3000, but you can't attack directly. And this is basically nothing of importance except this card. I just have him sided for now. I might put him back in. Basically, you detach 1 XYZ material, and this card can target 2 set traps or spells, or just 2 set cards. They can be defense, and it destroys them. Well guys, tell me what you think about my deck profile, and if you have any questions about any other combos, let me know.